The 2024 Paris Olympic Games have already been wild. New faces have emerged as global talents, seasoned veterans have cemented their names as unstoppable forces in various events, and St. Lucia earned their very first medal in the history of the Games, as the unstoppable sprinter Julian Alfred is officially the Olympic gold medalist in the women's 100 meters. With track and field now officially on the schedule, the attention that these athletes are getting is through the roof, and it's great to see these runners, jumpers, and throwers getting this attention. However, one of the more bizarre stories currently circulating in the Olympics right now includes an athlete that many consider to be the greatest female sprinter of all time. It's Shelly-Ann Fraser-pryce of Jamaica. Now, for those who don't know, Fraser-Pryce is considered the greatest sprinter ever on the women's side because she is now a 5-time Olympian, she holds more sub-10.7 clockings than anyone else in history, and she has a total of 24 global medals to her name. She has been so prolific, so successful, and so consistent that only a few athletes such as Allyson Felix and Usain Bolt can even compete with this kind of greatness. But for this year's Olympics, something very strange happened, and it happened in the semifinals. After a solid opening heat, where she ran a time of 10.92, which was one of the fastest times in the opening heats, she mysteriously didn't even show up for the semifinals. Now, when this happened, it was a complete shock to many people around the world, as she was actually spotted going into the stadium. But this is where the rumors and the information really started to get kind of complicated, because there was this video circulating showing both Sha'Carri Richardson and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce unable to get into the stadium. Now, this confusion was in part because both Fraser-Pryce and Richardson were not staying in the traditional Olympic Village. They didn't come by bus, they didn't come with their entire team, and since they came in a private vehicle, they were actually denied entry at this gate. Now, this was already bizarre because the day before, they both went into this exact entry point, so it delayed their ability to warm up and get ready for the race. And this is where things got even muddier, because many people were under the impression that Fraser-Pryce and Sha'Carri Richardson were severely hindered with their warm-up and therefore were not able to compete well. Some even speculated that Fraser-Pryce was not able to get to the warm-up area in time and therefore had to withdraw because there was just not enough time. Over the course of just 1 or 2 hours, there were hundreds and hundreds of articles speculating what happened, saying that this was a big failure on the Paris Olympics part, and others were even saying that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce needs to sue the International Olympic Committee because of this oversight. But over the past couple of hours, the truth has come out, and the truth came out from Fraser-Pryce's team, who said that she actually was able to get inside the stadium, she was able to get a decent warm-up in, but it was during the warm-up where she found out that she could not perform as well as she wanted because of a leg injury. Now, for those of you who don't know, Fraser-Pryce has been riddled with injury for the past 2 years. She was injured last year in 2023. She did make it to the World Finals, but her build-up to that point was severely damaged. And the same thing happened this season. She was injured for much of the early months, and because of these nagging injuries, she said that she only had about a month or a month and a half of decent training heading into this year's Olympic Games. Indeed, she did run very well in the opening heats, but because of this injury, she was just not able to perform how she wanted. It was just too much pain, and therefore she had to withdraw. Now, I've already expressed my sadness about this departure because Fraser-Pryce really did have the ability to make it onto the medal podium, and given that she ran a 10.92 in the opening heats while shutting it down over the final 20 meters, and given that the bronze medal was earned by Melissa Jefferson at 10.92, it is almost a guarantee that Fraser-Pryce would have made it on the podium had this injury not been present. So it is painful to see this injury happen at arguably the most inopportune time for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. But that's just what happened. Sometimes things do not go to plan, and sometimes you simply cannot compete because of your body not responding. At 37 years of age, Fraser-Pryce is already an undeniable legend, and from my opinion, I really do think she is the greatest female sprinter of all time, and no, you do not need to hold a world record to be the GOAT in a certain event. Either way, this was a rather tragic circumstance for Fraser-Pryce. I hope she heals up quickly, I hope she can compete more in the future, but for now, all the attention goes to Julian Alfred, who won a well-deserved Olympic gold medal, and at 10.72, she absolutely crushed this field. Anyways, I will leave a few links down below in the description if you want to do more reading on Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and her injury. And for now, thank you all very much for watching, and as always, until next time.